Give me a hot second. Okay. Sorry, I was watching Shockmouth's latest video while setting up. Fuck! Hit the back of my fucking leg. But how are y'all? Just get us to. Oh, that hurts like a motherfucker. I bumped the back of my leg, right? Okay, I think we're safe. I think we're safe. Hang on. I'm just going to. No. Gonna check. Make sure I didn't flash y'all with anything. I think we're safe. I think we're safe. I finally got my wait, nope. No. This one. Yes. I finally got it to work. I think I finally got it to work. Oh no. It shouldn't have fucking disconnected like that. This one? Are we shitting me? This was just working. God damn it, motherfucker. Like, I had finally gotten this to work. We're gonna have this be the obsession movie stuff, so we're gonna. There we go. While I work on Old Man Yowie Safe for Work art, we're also going to watch Alex Meyer's Obsession review. Why? Because we can. And I hate myself. I also got pretzels. It's delicious. Let's. Fuck! Hang on. We're just gonna hide this screen real quick while I fix it. Yeah, pop up poke. Procreate you for. There we go. Get on the drawing glove and get some work done, hopefully. It's charged. Okay, I have it at 2 times speed, 5 speed. I ain't paying premium. Let's go.
Warning, this video is an attempt at a good faith, nuanced look at the fictional movie Obsession and the characters therein, which will probably upset some of you for some reason. You know, I don't think
Why would it upset some people? What evil shit do you say in this, Alex? Because I've heard like some really bad stuff going on in regards to like this video.
I've seen the internet freak out about a movie like they had with Obsession. At least not in a long time. Maybe K-pop Demon Hunters was the last time where like everywhere you looked, everyone had an opinion about it. I guess you could say everyone's kind of obsessed. So I knew I had to make a video about it, but like they kept pushing back the VOD release date, you know, because they all kept on watching it. $750,000 budget and made $300 million. One of the biggest indie film success stories of all time. Now I didn't make a lot of videos about horror stuff, but I mean a semi-rom-com about a nerdy loser guy who gets the girl at the end. Wow, this sounds like a nice wholesome movie. But okay, let's check it out. So come on, kids, let's take a walk.
Hold on.
I feel like
Did you watch a completely different movie? Alex! No! Bad shit happens! By the way, yes, there's going to be spoilers for Obsession. We're just gonna move it towards Dante. By the way, this artist right here, I love them so much. I use this as like his hair reference because for some reason Capcom likes to make it very difficult for you to draw hair.
coming apart. I think about you all the time, Nikki. I'm gonna try not to. You're in every song I listen to.
Marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bear.
So this is our
What the fuck?
main character, Bear. Bear is 25, according to the screenplay, and he's never outgrown his awkward high school loser persona, which means he's gonna have a great career one day as an online content creator. Hi there, welcome to Twitch. Are you mentally stuck at 15? Perfect, we're gonna put you on the front page.
If you want.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm sorry I made you do that.
No, it's okay, you're okay. It's
Just,
fun
just
break.
pretend like.
You're good.
Oh my god, dude, that was so embarrassing.
I don't know, man, you got that strawberry milkshake sitting right there, so something tells me you're the kind of guy who's internalized a few too many rom-coms written by equally pathetic losers as yourself. I mean, trust me, ain't my first rodeo. So this is Bear's friend, Ian? I guess we're not...
We're gonna reconnect again. Why are you not working now? I just had you working. Nope, we're using a different one. I don't feel like this shit today. I wanted to be able to move my Procreate around. No, I'm not allowed to do that. Fuck you, Gray. At least you'll get to see the references a lot more on screen. Wait, why isn't it? There we go. You're not gonna be able to see all of it. Sad. I'm now sad. I must shrink my avatar for this shit.
not really like friends, but they like work together. But anyway, Ian is currently trying to help Bear practice how to ask out a girl named Nikki, the girl of his dreams.
Have you ever actually like flirted with Nikki? Be playfully mean with her.
Be mean to her.
Playfully mean, yeah, but bring up freaking Nikki.
And that will, like, take her breath away.
Just say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Okay, so real talk, if you have to try this hard to have this kind of like game plan on how to ask a girl out, then like, it's already gonna fail, okay? If it's this hard, you've already lost. I mean, as douchey as Ian is, like, he's right when he says, you know, have you ever even flirted with Nikki, like, at all? Because it's really weird to come out of nowhere and be like, dearest fair maiden, I know we've only exchanged mere pleasantries these past few years, but I must inform you that I wish to begin a courtship. Bro, I just came over here to fart, okay? Anyway, so that night, Bear goes home and finds his cat dead. Apparently he got into his grandma's medicine or whatever.
No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. How did you get into these?
Little backstory, so Bear...
Did Alex Meyer watch the same movie everyone else did? Because from what I remember, instead of going, oh, I should have put the pills away, you know, since cats can't open those kinds of bottles. Yeah, we're gonna rewind that a little bit.
Cat dead. Apparently he got into his grandma's medicine.
Yeah, this right here, the medicine. You can't open that easily, not even if you, like, don't have thumbs or something. That was left open. That was left open.
Medicine or whatever.
No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. How did you get into these?
Little backstory, so Bear's living in his grandma's house who recently...
Hang on, I'm gonna read chat real quick. Hello. I'm so sorry. Now, what not working? So when it comes to like screen mirroring, I got EasyCast to work, but EasyCast decided to shed itself midstream, so we're using Air Server? Yeah, Air Server. At least until I can get like a cable or something to really do this, or a better screen mirroring property. I only have like 20 something days to keep using it before I have to pay for it. Oh shit, I know the Rose pose. Yeah. I saw this ship on my timeline and I'm like, it makes sense. Because for those who don't know, and why the fuck are you not on screen? For those who don't know, Devil May Cry was originally a Resident Evil game. It was supposed to be Resident Evil 4 before it became its own thing. Oh no, I didn't have it up because in order to like really watch the Alex Meyer video while doing this, I have to have like the little browser like shrank and in front of OBS. My setup's a mess. Don't judge. So yeah, the Rose pose. Oh, that's funny. It's funny. Very funny. But, sorry, I'm eating pretzels. This is gonna be my lunch. I've been seeing, Dante Leon, Old Man Yowie ship on my timeline, and I'm like, yes. Okay, this makes sense. So, how we're doing this is I'm taking the outfit from this redesign of Dante that I found on Pinterest, This Dante hair art that I found on Pinterest, as well as Leon that I also found on Pinterest. I found a lot of these images on Pinterest. Maybe. But Bear's neglect of the cat, plus the sorry, the neglect of the cat, as well as the mishandling of what looks to be medication, is a massive red flag. I'm sorry. As like a sick person, a chronically sick person, it is a red flag for people to do that when they were originally caretakers. Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get rid of the medicine when it's like expired or no longer being used. For me, my mom puts a bunch of like cleaning agents in with the pills so that like drug addicts don't go through the dumpster for things like amoxicillin or opioid painkillers. I hate this guy. He did horrible shit to the girl. Oh no. Uh, yeah, the stream's not free from Obsession spoilers. If you haven't seen Obsession, go see Obsession. It's currently on like the streaming service Peacock. But Bear rapes a woman. And keeps her prisoner in her own body. Anyway,
recently passed away. So, it's full of all kinds of grandma stuff, like insanely racist paperweights. As you might imagine, Bear's got a lot on his mind. His cat died, he has no idea how to ask out Nikki, he's walking around with this haircut, like my dude can't catch a break. So it's Wednesday night, which means trivia night, because Bear and his friends are super cool. The team is Bear, Ian, Nikki, and their other friend Sarah, and they all work together with this, like, Wednesday night, which means trivia night, because Bear and his friends are super cool. The team is...
Okay. The girls look hyper sexualized and feminized. Why? Why do the girls look like this in comparison to the guys who look like potatoes? What the fuck?
Bear, Ian, Nikki, and their other friend Sarah, and they all work together with this like music shop place, which seems to have a lot of employees for a random store on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. So he's feeling pretty down, as you could imagine, but Nikki, of all people, calls him up to ask if he's gonna hang out with a friend group that night.
I don't think I can tonight. I'm just catching up on some stuff.
Yeah, so I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Really?
Shit! Damn it!
Are you okay?
No, I just dropped my crystal necklace down the drain.
Oh, no, crystal necklace! Bear, get out while you still can. But then again, Nikki is a hot Latina, so one can only remain strong for so long. Now,
Kill yourself. I'm sorry. What? We're gonna replay that.
Oh, no, crystal necklace! Bear, get out while you still can. But then again, Nikki is a hot Latina, so...
The image he flashes on screen isn't of Nikki. It's of her actress. Indy never ready. Why? You like, and this isn't an accident either. There's like a dozen or so like images. All you have to type is Nikki obsession, and then go to the images tab in your browser, and you find so much images, so many images of Nikki. Hey, if you're gonna sail the seven seas, don't say it in chat. Please. Because I don't want to get in trouble with streaming services for not saying that real quick. Do people get... Apparently, yeah. The reason why it's all like speckled and shit is because this is a re-upload of like the original video. And for some... And I'm glad this is like still up because wow, what the fucking... What the fuck? Wrong thing.
One can only remain strong for so long. Now, because Nikki dropped her necklace, Bear gets this idea to get her another one. You know, be the hero, get his foot in the door, and then have no idea what to do afterwards, like me 80% of the time. I love how it says amaze your friends. Hey guys, check this out. Awesome, do it again!
Yeah, well, they've been pretty popular since we put them out. You know, everybody wants a wish. Some people don't open them, but the people who do, you know, come back and complain.
Or it does work and it like ruins their lives.
Or they die, wish they were dead.
Ah yes, the millennial special. Rather experienced myself. Also, you know, it's kind of funny that Bear is better at flirting with this girl here than he is with the girl he actually likes, which is such a real thing, but...
That's not flirting. That's a normal fucking conversation. What are you talking about? Is any, like, human interaction with the female born half the species flirting to you, Alex? Alex! Alex!
By the way, why does that happen? Anyway, so he buys the One Wish Willow to give to Nikki later that night at trivia.
Anything else?
I'll get a pina colada.
Pina colada?
He bought a wishing toy for Nikki when... Huh? There's like a whole bunch of scenes that are just cut out. Why? Why'd you cut out like a lot of the scenes? Yeah, people hated him, call the YouTuber shit or something. Well, we're finding out how bad this review was. Because... Huh?
Don't make fun of my drink. What?
I like a man who's in touch with his feminine.
Hey, whoa, didn't ask your opinion, Nikki. So here we get a look at who Nikki is. And she seems like she's kind of one of those girls who's like those like ball buster types, you know? She's always like, bitch can't handle all this. I've never met a guy who can keep up with me. And then they just lay there like SpongeBob. Also, again, someone...
What? 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 Mm-mm. What? Okay. One, that's kind of sexist. No, not kinda. That is sexist. Two, that's referencing something that happens later on.
Ironic, but earlier Bear was like, you want me to be mean to her? Why would I do that? But then she's literally doing the same thing to him right now, and it's clearly working, so, interesting. Okay, so trivia's about to start, and Bear's left standing there with Sarah, the other girl they work with that I mentioned, you know, and he tells her that his cat died earlier that night.
He died.
What?
Film trivia. Sandy died.
Okay, this first one's a two-parter.
What?
And you have to answer both. Here we go.
Really?
This animated film features a blue genie.
Here, I'm so sorry.
Wait, hold on, back up. So the trivia topic was early film trivia, and the question was, this film has a blue genie that grants wishes. Ah, yes, the ancient year of 1992. But more importantly, so here we get a look into the dynamics of the whole friend group, okay? So Ian is kind of like a douche, right? Nikki seems like one of those girls who's one of the guys, you know? And Bear has a huge crush on Nikki, even though Sarah over here is clearly into Bear on some level, and he just, like, doesn't notice, doesn't care. So Bear's choices are Crystal Mommy or Septum Girl, so this... Dude never stood a chance. Like, you might as well put that chassis belt in your Amazon cart right now, my dude. Anyways.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. For those who don't know what a chastity belt is, it's something that goes over your nads. Like, it's like a sex thing. Why are you referencing that in a movie that is about, like, a nice guy the second he gets the chance, taking advantage of someone. Die. Die, motherfucker, die. By the way, I can't find the pose. I can only find the photo. What the fuck did he say? We're gonna rewind that shit.
Has a huge crush on Nikki, even though Sarah over here is clearly into Bear on some level, and he just like doesn't notice, doesn't care. So Bear's choices are Crystal Mommy or Septum Girl. So this dude never stood a chance. Like, you might as well put that chassis belt in your Amazon cart right now, my dude.
Oh god, no. I know, unfortunately. I still have the pose if you want it. I found it on Pinterest. I also have like a Pinterest board full of poses.
Anyway, so trivia night's over and it's time to go home. Nikki needs a ride, and so of course Bear's like,
Long day. I don't want to go to the next fucking bar with
My
you
car's
guys.
at a Doritos,
We can drop her off on the way.
I can take you home.
Okay.
Ian, get your girl home safe.
Ew, don't say it like that. See you later, Bear. All right, Bear.
yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. So Bear takes Nikki home, and of course on the way they have some kind of heart-to-heart talk, you know, talk about life, man. It's all very Life is Strange, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Max, let's get out of this town. I hate my dad.
I'm not happy there.
It's just a job, Nikki.
Yeah, well, I want to write.
Oh, a Crystal Mommy and the writer. Well, something tells me this movie would have gone the same way for Bear, whether he made the wish or not.
No, it's not a romance. It's
God. Oh. I know what happens in the movie. I have yet to see it, but I don't like mind getting spoiled. But how this movie ends is not well. And he's implying that Nikki would have been batshit insane, and a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie would have still happened if it wasn't for the One Wish Willow. Now, I'm looking at Pinterest, can't find it. Yeah. Yeah, I can send it to you. I still have like the image downloaded, so I'll just send it to you later, okay? But a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie is due to the One Wish Willow. You can tell the before and after of this wish. Nikki is like this calm, sane person. Like, until the wish is made. Shout out to Indy Neveretti's acting, because she's able to really capture the difference between Nikki and not Nikki. Now, I want to point out that I did like look into the film. The director made it clear that she isn't possessed. Imagine someone does that. No, no, no. Evil, evil, evil. I'll make a post about Twitter. On Twitter going, hey, a member of my chat suggested an Obsession AU involving Ren and Jay. But the reason why like the movie works the way it does is because it's a critique of nice guys. Like, it's a nice guy horror movie. Old man Leon, I see. I'm drawing yaoi fluff. Mahal. And we're talking about Obsession. If you haven't seen it yet, cover your ears. Or just mute me. Because we're going over this like Obsession review that made the internet hate this one guy. Obsession wouldn't work with Ren and Strayed. It'd be Lawrence and MC, if anything. Either Lawrence and MC, Ren and MC, or Lawrence and Ren with MC. I have a copy of the movie. Yes! It's such a good movie. I need to get a copy of it. People just refuse to watch it with me. Because, It was around Easter or something? No, it wasn't around Easter. It was Valentine's Day, around Valentine's Day, I think. I went to go watch Iron Lung with my mom. My mom is very squeamish. So, no, just Lawrence's bear. That's it. But, like, I don't see Lawrence using a One-Wish Willow. I see Ren using a One-Wish Willow. Or Ren as, like, the person under the spell of the One-Wish Willow. And he's just doing half the shit Nikki ends up doing the bear while she's under the influence of the One-Wish Willow. To Lawrence. Yeah, Simon, my beloved. We watched the movie. Everybody under. I need to see it. I love Fairy Buddy. Fairy Buddy and I are mutuals. And her art is so cute. I did like an art trade with her once. And I had so much fun doing it. Because I was able to put like cult references, like witchy references in like little details. And I love it. I see Lawrence using it for reasons that he's too much of a shy bitch to say anything. He misspoke for sure, but he wouldn't be as gross as Bear. Yeah, I don't see Lawrence like being rapey. He's too much of a good boy for that. Oh, let me see the art trade you did with them. I think I tagged them in it. But I'm gonna show you later, Maha. Yeah, I did an art trade. It's been a while, I should probably do it again. But the reason why MDNI's performance is so critical, or not critical, crucial in all of this is because we get to see Nikki before the wish and Nikki after the wish is made. I just see Lawrence as a pervert. That motherfucker would absolutely steal panties. And just keep them in a sock drawer. Like a little plastic baggie to preserve them. If he a perv, what Strayed then? Strayed is a super gooner from hell. About everything turns him on.
It's a love story.
Isn't that the same thing?
The dialogue here is Nikki is talking about the book she's writing. She's like, it's a love story. Bear asks, oh, so a romance. Nikki then answers, it's not a romance, it's a love story. Bear says, isn't that the same thing? In that dialogue that Alex isn't picking up on is that Bear can't tell the difference between love and romance. I wonder if Straight is a gooner. God damn it, I'm gonna have to hunt that image down. Because I've seen like Discord mod Strayed, and it's interesting.
You know, you're the only person that I get to really talk to about this stuff.
Ah, yes. Well, see, Bear, when a girl says that, what she really means is, you better not ask me out and ruin this friendship. Anyway, so Bear takes her home and he tries to flirt with her like Ian said, but I mean, you see the kind of sweaters he wears. You can only imagine what kind of game he has.
Night, Freaky Nikki.
Ew, don't call me that.
I know, I was kidding.
Do you like me?
I think we're good friends.
My dude, she's leaving anyway. This is your chance. She says, I'm a D.
The reason why she's asking that is because he's just beating around the goddamn bush. Bunny Yuck is nefarious. Discord mode straight. No. The video is so loud. Oh, I am so sorry. Hang on. We're gonna rewind this. What? A little more.
I think we're good friends.
Is that better?
What? My dude, she's leaving anyway. This is your chance. She's.
And we're just gonna take down a couple more notches. Because I want to make sure y'all are still able to hear it. Why the fuck did I notice that? A bunch louder than you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do talk to you before on here. Okay. Okay. Now we can continue. Like, the reason she's asking him, do you like me? Is to get it out of the way. Because, like, I'm gonna say this. You didn't need to adjust. It was a little loud. Good. For shit and giggle. Hi, Sheeton. We're talking about the obsession review that made people hate this guy. And I can already tell why. But, like, the reason why she's doing it, and I can tell why right off the bat, it's because she's getting ready to leave. He's being really... Okay, he thinks he's being nonchalant when he's not being nonchalant. What's the issue? The issue is Alex Meyer isn't picking up on the fact, like, this obsession review was apparently so bad he had to make an apology, and he ended up nuking both this video and the apology. It's like it's getting, like, Omega fucking canceled. On top of that, people looked into, like, his like, life to find out he's, like, divorced and shit. Because apparently he says some, like, really gross things in this review. Hang on, I'm gonna move my mic. We're gonna find out why this review is just so dog shit.
She says, do you like me? And then you say, what? Yes, I do. Also, apropos of nothing, I'm gonna get a haircut, so don't worry. But alas, he says no when she goes into her house.
One wish, well, maybe as your friends, you only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone.
Shrekin.
Okay. I don't know why Alex Meyer... I'm guessing it's because he wants to, like, make sure the video doesn't get demonetized. But Bear's exact wording in the wish is, I wish Nikki Freeman would love me more than anyone in the fucking world. I get it. It's like one of those wishes you make and you're, like, frustrated in the moment. But the wording is important. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone else in the fucking world. Now, wishes can't tell your intention usually. So, they take that shit literally. Movie concept was pretty tough though. True. And they found out about him because people reacted to this on YouTube. But it's kind of like, and I know it's like not a monkey paw thing, but also a monkey paw thing, is, okay, the reason why there's like the monkey paw curling, why that's like a word we all use, or a phrase, that is because there was a story where a family gets this magical monkey's paw. It's a cursed object, and when it grants wishes, it's in like the worst way possible. So the father is like, I wish for $1 million. His son goes to war and dies, but he's given $1 million. The family's given $1 million in compensation for the son dying. The mom, in grief, also makes a wish on the monkey's paw for the son to come back to life. And you can already tell where this is going. He comes back from the grave, and things don't end well. That's why we have the phrase, the monkey's paw curling. Because when you can tell the wish is being granted, the monkey's paw would curl. Like the fingers would curl. So it's kind of like that be careful what you wish for mechanic within the One Wish Willow, but at the same time it's not. Because like, Bear does get what he wishes for. It's just not the one he was like hoping for. And you'll see like later on the wish being made by different people. Yeah, never use a monkey's paw. You gotta be very precise in what you wish for. Because, yeah.
Okay, so jokes aside, up until this point, Bear was just a dude with a crush on a girl that he was too scared to talk to. Okay, a story of my life. He pulls out this $7 wishing toy. He's like, golly gee, I sure wish Nikki loved me too. But here's where everything changes, okay?
Maybe you want to come inside? I mean, I did just lose my cat, Bear.
You lost your cat?
Oh, wait. I mean, you lost your cat. I'm so sorry.
So as you get
Notice her specific dialogue, how she's like not herself in it. So, she mistakenly says, I did just lose my cat. You lost your cat? Wait, no, you lost your cat. It's like the wish is working through Nikki and is trying to make Bear happy by using what Nikki knows. And what Nikki knew from that night is the fact that Bear had lost his cat, Sandy. So the wish kind of fumbles a little bit with the details. But as it's like trying to make the wish come true, it is... Wait, did you show up for the Dante stream? No, I'm just working on some art while we're talking about this obsession review. It's Old Man Yowie Jack Slides. But you can tell Nikki is no longer Nikki. Because the beginning of it, like pre-Wish Nikki, is Nikki. Meanwhile, post-Wish Nikki, you know, the Nikki we see for the rest of the movie after Bear makes his wish is not the same Nikki. Thing is too, I thought was crazy was that he chucked the cat into the bin. But then again, people could... No. You have, like, a right to think that was crazy. Because when you lose a pet, you typically, like, bury it somewhere safe. He did what the fuck he get? Yeah. He took the cat's remains and put it in the trash bin instead of burying it in the backyard. Now, what you do with pets that small is that you grab an old shoebox and bury it, like, in the yard or something, or have it cremated. That way, it's like, it's a burial thing. For me, if I lose any of my, like, fuzzy daughters, I plan on getting their, like, ashes in little jars, or making sure that the girls live on through, like, their hair. Because what you can do is you can get, like, little figures that look like them, made from their hair. Like, there's many, like, ways to... I'm not taxidermying the girls. I just want to... Yeah, just bury the poor cat, get it cremated. make sure like there's like something done with the cat that isn't just, in my opinion, it made me think he just didn't give a shit about the cat. Throughout the movie, he seemed very much the type to take the easier way out. That's by design. And I don't think Alex Meyer ever shows it, but it's also like that same neglect is also shown within Nikki. But let's continue.
See, Nikki's starting to act a little out of character. She's saying things that don't make sense. She also demands to go over to his house to spend the night.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nikki. Why?
My dad's dying.
And you know, to Bear's credit, he's not immediately jumping
What
at the
the
chance.
fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why'd you animate this? Okay, the little white text here says, Bear did not do this. It's just an animation of like
Take advantage of her, or whatever. Like he gives her privacy and.
He does take advantage of her. Why would you animate that? Which Nikki though? He neglects post-Wish Nikki, or not Nikki. You know, the Nikki that's not Nikki, but is in Nikki. Wish Nikki. Wish Nikki. We're gonna use Wish Nikki, and then Nikki to make proper distinctions. He doesn't take care of Wish Nikki. And it led to like this insane theory that the Wish was like channeling the cat, like Sandy's spirit for some reason. And a lot of Nikki's behavior is cat-like. I did say there was gonna be obsession spoilers here. I did give y'all that warning. Because I was gonna talk about obsession while we watch this obsession review. Obsession's a really good movie. Again, despite there being spoilers in this stream, go watch the movie. Just go watch the movie. Watch the movie. It's really good. Okay, keeping in mind.
My dad's dying.
And you know, to Bear's credit, he's not immediately jumping at the chance of taking advantage of her, or whatever. Like he gives her privacy and.
Okay, don't animate shit like that when you're talking about consent, motherfucker.
Face. He doesn't want to make it weird. He turns around when she takes her shirt off. And like, based on what people were saying about this movie online, I expected Bear to be this like horribly angry, misogynistic incel dude, right? But like up until this point, he's just some super socially awkward loser who has a crush on a girl and he uses a $7 wishing toy that he assumes is not going to work. And then when Nikki starts acting like this, he's very confused and put off by it.
What were you doing?
Did Alex watch this with his eyes fucking closed? Just because it's not overt doesn't mean Bear's not a sick fuck. Because while Bear isn't fucking her, isn't raping her, there is like a form of consent breaking in the sequence that's gonna be highlighted.
I was just going to the bathroom.
Can you lay with me?
I don't know, Nikki.
Obviously, things get different later on, but at least up to this point, Bear has like no idea that the wishing willow worked. And again, to his credit, the very next day he immediately tells Ian that he thinks something's wrong with Nikki. Like he seems genuinely concerned.
Just pretend we're left. Yeah. I think Nikki is going through something. What? I don't know. She was acting so weird. Like she would like what? Is she okay? No.
Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that this part is showing how Bear's trying to make Nikki seem crazy to other people.
Not every creep is a sexist dude or something. Anyway, a creep is a creep. What Alex just glosses over is there is a scene before the conversation with Ian where Wish Nikki is kissing Bear, and Nikki, for a hot minute, comes back to the surface, and she's screaming, "What the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?" While Bear saying, "You kissed me." Nikki, in her wish state, cannot consent to anything. Meaning, she could not consent to the kiss. She could not say, "No, Bear, you cannot kiss me." She is forcibly a passenger in her own body. She is watching this shit happen while her body is doing things she would never fucking do. I mean, the ending is pretty telling as well. Yes, the ending is telling because in like I love India Neveretti's performance. I want that woman to have the best career ever because you can tell which Nikki is the real Nikki based on the acting. And Nikki during this time is like not in the right mind. She's not herself. Bear is cognizant that something is going on, and instead, and like, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Everything was non-consensual with Nikki, especially the scene where she told him to kill her. An idiot would miss that. Oh no, Alex never like truly brings it up for the horror that is, because before this scene with Ian, Bear actually looks up the One Wish Willow, right? He like looks it up, looks at people who had experiences with it. So he's like, he has the idea in his head. Oh, maybe this wish worked. And he's turning around to Ian, painting Nikki as insane. It is like not a lot of people catch that right away. You can only see it on like repeat viewings. But for those who stupid lamp, hang on. Give me a second. So, sorry, I had to leave for a minute, but my mom's stupid mirror, because she has these antique mirrors, and she was insistent on me having like two in my room. But I just want to point this out. Her antique mirror is digging into the wall of my room, right? Like, it's leaving gouges in here. And I'm gonna have to remove it. Give me a second. These are like big fucking. Sorry, I'm having a lamp emergency. I'm gonna put this somewhere else. replace it with this sensor. My room gonna be a little darker? Yeah. Other than my reflection, no. The cats just really love playing with it. I'm gonna have to talk to my mom about it. Where's my phone? Yeah, no, it was irritating, especially the car scene, but I understand that it's meant to convey that someone was a shitty person in the movie. I just don't like it when people say Nikki was the villain. Yeah, because that's an incorrect thing to say. Nikki is not the villain. Bear is. For many reasons. But, as I text my mom, we're gonna continue this.
Or whatever, but like again, he has no way of knowing that the toy works. Like, why would you think it did? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was $7. Like in any other circumstance, you'd probably do the same thing if your friends started acting like this out of nowhere, right? Anyway, so that night, Ian apparently talked to Nikki, and she said that she was on some drugs or whatever, and so maybe that explains why she was acting so erratic. You know, like when she and Bear kissed earlier.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You kissed me.
No, I thought I saw something.
So at this point,
Hang
Bear
on.
thinks
He does show it. He just shows it out of order.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You kissed me.
Now, you see her breaking through the One Wish Willow's effect briefly to that. If I'm throwing anything, it would be a plushie. And softball throw. But sorry, I'm just texting my mom real quick. But I'd be neither. You'd be in the background eating chips as you watch everything go down. But Nikki breaks through in this moment that he shows, right? And then suddenly she's back to, I'm so sorry. Wish Nikki even has this distinct effeminate, overly effeminate tone with Bear. And it's and I'm gonna have to make this a little clearer. Wish Nikki is more of the fantasy Nikki that Bear has. Well, the real Nikki isn't like this at all. Nikki, until she breaks through Wish Nikki, is not consenting to the kiss.
No, I thought I saw something.
so. At this point, Bear thinks that Nikki was acting weird, kissed him, freaked out, etc., because she was on drugs, right? So again, to him, in this moment, it all seems totally above board. But then, out of nowhere, Nikki goes over to Bear's house to apologize.
I was on MDMA, so if I was weird, that's why, and not saying that you took advantage of me.
Nikki, I didn't know you were on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
Okay, we're gonna look at the framing as she's like this. This part is symbolic because it shows that it's framing that even though she's under a light, she's still cloaked in like the shadow where you cannot see her, that is because Nikki, like the Nikki she is, the Nikki she's supposed to be, is not who she is. So you see this like vague silhouette, this idea of her, and not actually her.
If I was weird, that's why, and not saying that you took advantage of me.
Nikki, I didn't know you were on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying what?
You took advantage of me.
I don't think I didn't.
Yeah, please note how Wish Nikki is trying to downplay what he did. I'm not saying he took advantage of me. I was on MDMA, which is a type of party drug that alters the mind. But like, she's actively downplaying Sorry, give me a moment. Okay. Texting mom is done. But the dialogue also kind of gives it away. Because Wish Nikki is like saying, "Oh, you didn't take advantage of me, Bear. You didn't take advantage of me. I'm consenting." Meanwhile, Nikki's just like screaming, "This is not me!" Like, probably in her head. In the moment. Because, again, Nikki is a prisoner in her own conscience. Like, she's still in there. She's rattling at the bars of her enclosure. She said she swallowed a bug or something. I found the scene very telling as well. Like, genuinely work of art of showing us that Wish Nikki can't function without him as to abandoning her own needs. Well, that is part of the wish. Bear's specific wording is, "I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone in the fucking world. Anything else in the fucking world." That includes herself. The people around her, like her family, that she's close with. Or something. Like, the wish is making it so Nikki's entire being is just, it can't function without Bear. Because it's Bear's wish, and the wish is just trying to make him happy.
I know, that's why I'm saying you didn't.
Okay, see, this is my point. Like, given the circumstances, Bear's being pretty normal about this, okay? Given what he does and does not know by this point in the movie, like, he could have slept with her, or he could have taken some kind of advantage of her, but he was...
What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, he could have slept with her, given what he knows. He has an idea that the wish is working. He was under the impression she was high. Or, like, acting strange. He was under the impression that something happened to make her have a 360 no-scope twist. Change of mind. But yeah, it's disgusting. This is disgusting. Well, he could have slept with her. He could have taken advantage of her. He is taking advantage of her. You're seeing it. It's not always like, well, there is sexual assault in this, but there is multiple points where he's taking advantage of her. The kiss is one of them. It is a form of non-sexual, like, assault. He assaulted Nikki in that moment, whether he knew it or not, because he was under the impression that something about her had changed, and not for the good, that she wasn't in her right state of mind. So to, like, animate what I'm guessing is Nikki, like, your version of Nikki, passed out, ass up, with drool or vomit pooling under her, as Bear's getting ready to, like, do something horrible to her. You're disgusting, Alex. You're disgusting.
Rather gentlemanly at the time. I mean, you know, for a guy who has this many Cosby sweaters. Wait, do you think this was on purpose? Like, do you think they dressed him like this intentionally?
I really like
Why are we invoking Bill Cosby? Why are we invoking him?
what we have, and I want to be honest about some things, and it's really important for me.
It's okay.
I know you like me, Bear.
Why do you like me?
Would it freak you out if I said yes?
And thus begins their relationship. They start dating, hanging out, kissing, doing the devil's tango. And Bear's finally living the life he always wanted.
Please note, Nikki cannot consent to anything that's going on. So when Alex is saying, "Oh, they're doing the devil's tango," that's rape. She's being raped repeatedly. Every kiss is a different assault. There's sexual and non-sexual assault. Bear is raping and assaulting her. She cannot give consent, like actual consent, because the wish is making it so she can't retract consent. Because Bear finally got the girl. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wanted. Hot dog. Turns out Nikki was in love with him the whole time.
What do you want to do? I mean, I never really asked.
Well, that's not all your fault. Call me a closed book.
Well, I guess the good thing about a closed book
Is that I can return it to the Scholastic Book Fair and exchange it for the new Animorphs book. Maybe this is the one where things finally start making sense. No, it still doesn't. Now suddenly Bear gets a...
We not joke about that? Because, yeah, she did not consent at all. She cannot consent. Because it's not her. She's a prisoner in her own body. What I'm about to say is, he's cracking jokes, right? And I can tell why he's, like, being more, he says it's a nuanced take. It's a nuanced take, guys. It's not. It's not. It's fucking not. No, what he's doing is he's trying to defend Bear. Can't even say it's just tone deaf. It's just insensitive. To really be blaming her, he doesn't say it outright, but you can tell by tone, Alex does blame Nikki. Oh, it's not just that. He identifies with Bear, and you can tell through a lot of what he says about Bear. It's so strange how people can see the movie in a weird direction. You know, obsession should be a litmus test. Hey, you want to date me? What's your opinions on obsession? Victim blaming at its finest. Alex can't joke about rape. You can't joke about rape. People that defend Bear are just like him. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's a phone call from Ian. See, remember when Nikki told Bear that her dad was like sick or whatever? And Bear told that to Ian, and apparently Ian looked into this, because as far as Ian knew, Nikki hated her dad and hasn't seen or talked to him in like years.
I'm not gonna tell Sarah about this because I don't want to spread drama. I looked into Nikki's dad having cancer, and he's healthy as a baby.
The heck does that mean? My dude, babies just have constant
Okay. It's the context in which
projectile
he's
vomit
saying.
and diarrhea. The heck are you talking about? Also, how exactly?
Also, he's saying it. He's like harping on like for like a minute about the phrase "healthy like a baby." That's like a like turn of phrase. Just put grape emojis for assaulter. The reason why I'm like using the word rape is because that's what it is. I'm not gonna mince my words just because a lot of platforms just really, really hate when you use the correct word for things. Put an app for Stardot. The R work. There's a grape emoji. Like if you're on desktop or mobile, just go to your like emojis area and look for grape. Like either one will work. But the reason why I'm saying it is because hey, it's a proper phrase. Not everyone knows like what rape and sexual assault is, and consent. And it's kind of clear that we need that in education systems because you can't just kiss people. You can't just stick your wang in them. You gotta ask permission. And the person has to be in the right mindset, in the right mind to consent to things like that. Like, they can't be inebriated, they can't have their mind altered in a way. They have to be sober, clear minded, and able to say, no, I don't want that. People like Bear are grapists. Yes. At this rate, yes.
Exactly would you find this out? Like, pretty sure you can't just call up a hospital and they tell you someone's medical history. Okay, so is Ian lying about this, or was Nikki lying to Ian and Sarah about her dad this whole time?
Why? Okay. We're just gonna like. There's also like secret option C. Ian could have like found like Nikki's dad on Facebook. Hi, Kickin. We're watching an evil movie review. Yeah, I'm listing it as evil now. Because so mind control would count as yes. It has to be properly categorized as okay. We're gonna use Bonk as an example. Bonk is into hypno grape porn. Why do I call it hypno grape porn? Because when you're hypnotizing someone, you're putting them in a state of mind where they're more like suggested. You can like suggest things that they wouldn't do otherwise if they were like clear minded. This is so ironic coming from Grape. Yes, because here's the thing. Why? No! But the reason why I bring it up because in T-Puff slash Yukmet slash any horror porn media, it warns you properly that like there is that, first of all. Second of all, is this his review of Obsession? Yes, Kickin. This is Alex Meyer's review of Obsession. The reason why I bring this up is like why I'm like talking about Youthman a little bit in T-Puff, in BTB, all that is you are ultimately consenting to play the game. That's why you get warned at the beginning of what's in it. It is a form of consent known as informed consent. Because if you get triggered by any of the subject, it gives you a safe way to know what's in it. Kind of like the nutrition facts on like a can of soda. I'm just using my can of Baja Blast for this. Is that why people say dead dove? Yes. Dead dove do not eat is a like tag for a reason. Because what you see is what you get. And it's like transparent. Hey, this is what it is. Be careful. And it comes from like a scene from a TV show. No, I agree anyway. It's the difference between games that intentionally do it for plot and also just for sexual entertainment, while Obsession is a movie being told. It's two stories that use a serious topic in different ways. Boyfriend Death, T-Puff, Yukmet, all those games are for people with fetishes and kinks that are depicted on there. I thought only Pro Shipper used Dead Dove. Dead Dove isn't like just a Pro Shipper thing. It just got co-opted because at the end of the day, it's media literacy and consumption of media. But when like the reason why You Went Boyfriend to Death are just so fundamentally different from movies like Obsession is because, and this is a phrase used in both Yukmet, T-Pop, and BTD, which is the phrase made by fetishists for fetishists. It is very transparent in what it is. It's for you to get off to. It's for people with non-conventional like kinks and fetishes. Yes, Boyfriend to Death is okay. You just have to. Doesn't liking Dead Dove. A lot of people say that, Maha. It doesn't count. Like, a lot of kids try saying that. And it's very yikes. Because a lot of, like, Pro Shipper, when it began as, like, a term, didn't mean what it currently means now. It only means what it does now because of the evolution of language and terms. Like, the word gay originally meant happy before it meant, oh, liking the same sex. Pro shipper is a term that originally began within a lot of it, like shipping culture as a whole. So, and I'm going to use Boyfriend to Death as an example. Some people would be pro straight ex ren, some people would be anti straight ex ren, some people would be into Ren X Lawrence. Other people would be like, ew, I don't like that. I am anti Ren X Lawrence. And it like slowly evolved into what it is today. Me personally, I don't identify with either label because one is very puritanical and limits what you're able to work with topics wise when it comes to art, because aunties would turn around and say, ew, you're into Boyfriend to Death, go kill yourself. Actually, no, I'm gonna ruin your fucking life because you like this game. That has topics that not everyone is okay with, and that is fine. Meanwhile, you have the pro shippers who allow the lolicons, and I don't like lolicons. They can go throw themselves into a wood chipper. You're allowed to like darker media. You're allowed to use like certain things like Dead Dove to, when you're tagging your work. Because it's not about what's specifically depicted, it's about the transparency in how it's depicted it, like, Boyfriend to Death, even though it's like really intense, it warns you. And that warning is important because not everyone who has trauma in regards to things like sexual assault and rape that is going to be like easily triggered. As long as you're not writing minor ex adult lolicon, incest can be like a touchable topic as long as it's written right to like still condemn it while not promoting it. It's just liking dark media for the aspect of storytelling. I despise everything sexual, anything sexual, so I only ever got into BTB slash Yukmet for the dark elements. It's just dark media for the most part. Yeah. Oh, makes sense. Considering in those games you play it just to fantasize or survive, that's not what most Gatto fans do. For me, due to like the things I went through personally, it's like a safe way for me to, because I have a non-con kink. Please note I'm using kink and not fetish, because one is your inability to get off on like certain things without like certain things being implemented, while the other is a form of play that you can do safely in the bedroom in the comfort of your own home. For me, off time, off the clock, I like throwing it on. I'm sorry. But the reason why I bring up like the nuance like stuff in regards to pro shipping is because there's like a lot of misinformation that tends to get spread when it comes to pro shipping, anti shipping discourse. Like the really gross dude I covered for a while was like, "Oh, you like this media, therefore you're a pro shipper. You're no better than me." Wah. And is just making something he just so happens to like his entire fucking personality, as well as being a fucking freak. Let's be honest. Yeah, to cope as well. I hear a lot of stories of people playing Gatto's games just to cope and such. And I like it. I won't lie. I say I wasn't, and say I wasn't doing the same either. Don't worry, it's nice. The amount of time straight has reminded me. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off right. Am I reading that out right here? I have I have a character written as a grape survivor. Yeah, a lot of people who survive things like that tend to find comfort in darker stuff that you can opt out of at any moment, because the inability to opt out will fucking tear you up. And what's important when you're like exploring that part of yourself in like safe terms like that. How do you freeze up there for a sec? For me, a character that reminds me of what you said, Mahal, would be how do I say this? Because like it would be, and I gotta be very careful with how I say it because it could be taken wrong. For me, because I also have like stuff in regards to my dad. For me, it would be Jack from Till Death Do Us Part. It's the reason why I don't like actually play his route like all that much. Because if he just looked slightly different, like, I'm gonna move on. But the fact that Alex is like saying, "Oh, maybe Nikki lied about her dad." That's what would Nikki have to lie about? I mean, cops, cause cope, not cop, fucking autocorrect. Even if it's in 2020, I'm scared it happens again. Yeah, nah, then you and me are the same. Similar, because I don't know everything you've gone through, and that is fine. Wait, who is Jack from Till Death Do Us Part? He is a 50-plus-year-old professor, cannibal, like professor and necrophile from that game. It's not a Gato Bob game. It's an electric puke game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a decent game. It's just that one route reminds me of shit I don't like, so I just don't play that route unless I'm doing completionist, and then I ignore what he looks like and just have like stuff going on in the background as like a separate window. Yeah, it's really terrible, honestly, but I got over it and realized I'm more like straight than yeah. Like, for me, I'm relatively okay. It's just I avoid certain things because like it gives me this like squick. Like ew, it reminds me of that bastard. And that's what I relatively call him, is either sperm donor or rat bastard. Because I heal through avoiding it. Now you're fine. Don't need to apologize. Yeah. Like as long as you're like okay and you feel like comfortable with that, then it's all good. But yeah, fuck Alex Myers.
But okay, let's assume it's all true. Bear goes back to talk to Nikki about what he just learned.
Does your dad really have cancer?
Oh, no.
What?
No, don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day!
Okay, see, Bear, I don't know why you're making this face. You wanted the Crystal Mommy Latina experience, and you got the Crystal Mommy Latina experience. But here's where Bear...
And I immediately hate this man so much. Like, what the fuck? It also just the main reason I don't play Yukma in NSFW mode, just memories. You know, fair. Not everyone's like into like the sexual element. And I'm glad like the toggle is there for people who love the games, don't like the sexual element. Because it really lets you tailor your experiences with the game to best fit your comfort. I don't know why you need a new PC. This is just fine. Mahal. That is because I have it in a way that I'm not like. Okay. The drawing you're seeing on screen is a screen mirror. I have an application open to mirror the screen. But I can't play like high FPS games like Cyberpunk or like all that. So like it's kind of sad. Also, this computer just randomly disconnects things from time to time. There's an NSFW toggle for Yukemet and the price of flesh. Cyberpunk would need a NASA computer. Or just a really good game that can like, because you can like lower the FPS in the settings, but hang on, I'm gonna work out this line real quick. I can adjust it with the liquify tool, but the reason why, like, plus it has like better graphics, like it can do more than like the regular laptop, because this is just like drawing and reacting to videos. Meanwhile, like when I tried playing a game, I tried playing like a yandere game that wasn't like a visual novel where you get chased around by a yandere. It would freeze up and stutter constantly. So it would just like shit itself. Like my computer would shit itself, right? And it makes it really hard to stream games that aren't visual novels. Like I have like Resident Evil copies I can't really play at all on stream. At least stream isn't buffering this time. Yes, at least stream isn't buffering. Knock on wood. And I don't have like a lot of money to really be like trying to make this into a super laptop. And at least with a gaming laptop, I can save up for 4 years, like 4 or 5 years for a proper like PC. Yeah, stream working and stay like that. Hopefully, knock on wood.
Bear starts to maybe kind of realize what's really going on here.
Bear, I love you so, 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 so much. I don't
Pay
think I could live
attention
without
to
you.
this.
You love me more than anyone in the world?
Yes, more than anyone.
I want to see if Alex Meyer really like plays the scene.
Now, okay, up to this point, I feel like Bear has plausible deniability. I mean, there's no way he would have known the cheat ploy would work. He was genuinely concerned for Nikki the
Oh, he's just not playing it. After she confirms that she loves him more than anything in the world. And confirming that Bear's wish actually worked. You know what it cuts to? A really horrific rape scene. Where she's just groaning as if she's been hit. And he's not focusing on her enjoyment. He's focusing on his enjoyment. And it was referenced earlier in this review. Hang on. Or we're gonna rewind because Alex did see that scene. He actually references it.
Can you get colada?
Don't we finally drink?
We get a look at who Nikki is. And she seems like she's kind of one of those girls who's like those like ball buster types, you know? And she's always like, bitch can't handle all this. I've never met a guy who can keep up with me. And then they just lay.
Yeah, right here. The SpongeBob one. Yeah, I have it now, like, on my throne. You can kind of see the price of it. It's a Acer Nitro 5. It's a brand of gaming laptop that actually came from the same brand as the laptop I'm using currently to stream right now. Because this one's an Acer too. And Acer laptops are really good. And they like last a long time because this laptop's actually almost 10 years old. It's also like an older laptop, meaning it's gonna be like half the price. It's not top of the line. Top of the line is like $1,000 some odd dollars. And same laptop as me. Yes. And like the issues I've had like with this laptop because it's so old is it will randomly disconnect like your USBs. So I had to get like the wireless USB dongle keyboard that I usually have for like my iPad plugged in. Like plugged in this computer so I can like type it out. And for like a long time like the built-in mouse no longer works on this laptop, so I have to use like a pluggable, like a plug-in mouse to really do anything. Like it's almost 10 years old, so there's like a reason for it to do this. I also have to whenever I like boot up OBS or like plug in have my mic in the computer, I fire up OBS not to stream, but to hear my mic and like adjust it accordingly before using it. Because otherwise I will echo like I'm in a cave or something.
They're like SpongeBob. Also, again, somewhat ironic, but earlier Bear was like, you want me to be mean to her? Why would I do that? But then she's literally doing the same thing to him right now, and it's clearly working.
Okay, so we're at... There we go.
It would work. He was genuinely concerned for Nikki the day after it started, and he refused to take advantage of her even when it was like presented to him, right? I mean, she kissed him after all, right? Now, right here though, at the halfway point.
Alex, I want you to take the largest prickly cactus you can get from a gardening store. No lube for you. You don't deserve lube after what you just said. And then I want you to slam it in your ass. Because fuck off with the whole she kissed him after all. What the fuck? Me with you? Me. Oh, wow, wow! I'm sorry, I don't know why it's making me laugh. Oh, 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 I'm a fuck up. Oh, I was just saying as a like, I was. Whoa. Okay, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I am calm. I need to stop smiling and giggling. I don't know why I'm doing it. But what Alex Meyer is doing, like, in this moment is, like, a form of victim blaming. Where he's like, she started it. Like, No, we shall not get a room. But here Alex is like, saying half the shit he does, right? Let me just, yeah, it's on the right layer. He's saying half the things he does say because he genuinely believes it. He genuinely believes that because Wish Nikki kissed Bear, that Nikki is consenting to what's happening to her, which is not the case. I'm just abusing the liquefy tool. We're just going to
Or the movie, he does finally start to realize that the wish actually worked. But like even then, like literally every rom-com is about trying to find a way to get the other person to like you, or you manufacture a meet cute or whatever, right? Like I've seen.
Yeah, Alex is just not gonna at least play the audio of the rape scene. I'm not playing the audio because the audio is horrific. But the fact that Alex Meyer is not acknowledging what Bear ended up doing after this scene is disturbing. Because he's willfully cutting out something awful Bear did to give a, and I'm finger quoting for those who can't see me, a fair, nuanced take on obsession. That is not the case. Was Jeremy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. Did Mahal reply to? Oh my god, my bad. Oh no, it had me busting out laughing because like I didn't expect it. I was like, oh no, he is 100% on Bear's side. I hope, and I usually don't wish this on people because I usually just want to wish people like happiness. But yeah, Alex Meyer doesn't deserve it. I hope he dies single and alone. What the fuck even was that? Because why the fuck? Why the fuck? But we're gonna continue. Yeah.
But like even then, like literally every rom-com is about trying to find a way to get the other person to like you, or you manufacture a meet cute or whatever, right? Like I've seen some internet comment threads where it's like he only saw her as an object and wanted to remove her autonomy. That's why he made that wish. But like he didn't wish that she would do whatever he wanted, or I wish that she would become obsessed with me and me only. He specifically wished that Nikki would love him more than anyone, which is literally what everyone who's ever had a crush wants. Like every single fanfic about like, golly gee, I sure wish One Direction would kidnap me and fall in love with me all at the same time. Like as if half the girls who saw this movie haven't wished the exact same thing before. Hello, it is I, Willem Dafoe, from the movie The Lighthouse, and I've secretly been in love with you for years. Like.
So true, man. I tried. He's still like no winning. Yeah, it sounds nice for people like this right now. Because when you really think about it, those aren't comparable at all. Because what Alex is trying to compare it to is like people making like wishes for fun. I'm harassing Mitch, but I'm still here. This guy commentates like a loser. He does commentate like a loser, Mahal. Because here's the thing. He's comparing like Bear's wish that ultimately like took the autonomy of another person away to people wishing that like certain celebrities or people would just love them, you know, offhandedly. Like the One Direction fan fiction he's talking about That's just people making fan fiction. And then the Willem Dafoe lighthouse bit. You do realize that variant of William Dafoe does not fucking exist. It is a harmless wish. Meanwhile, Bear's wish is causing harm. How does this guy have a channel? I think it's because like he usually reviews Disney Channel movies and young adult shows like Riverdale and Sabrina, Wednesday, Descendants, like media consumed by people under like in a certain demographic. So the only reason I can like find for him actually going like and making this review is either he thought that Bear wasn't getting a fair shake and really identified with Bear, or because this movie is popular. It's one of those like indie success stories right next to Backrooms. Like one of those indie darling success stories. Backrooms, Iron Lung, now Obsession, where like smaller creators that originally began as YouTubers actually. Yeah, Kane Pixels, the director of Obsession, as well as Markiplier, were originally YouTube content creators who, when given the chance to make a movie, ended up making a movie that is blowing everyone away. Like, Markiplier is currently making like DVDs for Iron Lung, as far as I know. He has an Iron Lung merch store. He even put out like the 3D files to make your own movie theater popcorn bucket for the movie. This guy doesn't deserve it after this video. No, because this video is very telling to Alex Myers as a person.
Like, you have to look at the context, okay? If Bear had gone to the store specifically and been like, hey, do you have something that'll force a girl to fall in love with me? Or if he, like, searched on the internet for some kind of, like, weird ritual that's gonna make anyone fall in love with you, then yeah, that's some funky, funky stuff, man. Or, like, later on, we find out that maybe Ian and Nikki have been hooking up, right? But Bear doesn't learn this until the very end of the movie. So, like, for example, if he found this out at the beginning of the movie, and he was like, oh, so Nikki's just some slut that bangs every guy except me, huh? Well, I'll show you. Then yeah, he'd be like some misogynistic incel. But for at least half of the movie, he has no idea that this would work. And in fact, he's concerned for Nikki when she does change. To me, at least, it totally seems like
what Alex Myers describing with the like the misogynistic incel stuff is an unrealistic version of. Have you seen this whole review, or is it the first time? Technically, like I've heard about it. This is the first time me watching the review, like on my own. No one really talking about it. I've seen videos going over it a little bit, but it's actually more horrific. Like the entire video as a whole, not just moments from it. God damn, how do you misread a movie this bad? Because here's the thing, Bear's more of a realistic bad guy, a realistic villain, than the ones Alex Myers is describing. One is a caricature, one is literally anyone you could have known. Because here's the thing, incels exist. Yeah, shocker, news. Incels exist. We've had dangerous incels before. Want to know how we know that? Because dangerous incels that are very much like Bear go on to do horrific things. And Incel-related violence. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, this one's it. Elliot Rodger. Elliot Rodger is the author of infamous Manifesto. Fucking fucking straight jump scare. Fuck's sake. Well, Ren exists, so like claiming him as an incel helps out as a thought. The reason why I'm pulling up like the Isla Vista crime is because Elliot Rodger is an example, like a real world example that isn't Bear, that isn't Ren, that you can actually cite. Elliot Rodger would go on in 2014 to kill people because he was unsuccessful in getting into relationships and identified as involuntarily celibate, or incel for short. Incels are raging misogynists who believe they're owed affection, that they're owed love, that they're owed intimacy. Like it's their God-given right. And not really recognizing the autonomy of the other person when in relationships. They refer, there's actually like really incel talking, like there's incel terms like foid, femoid, that are inherently misogynistic and dehumanizes other people. You can kind of see that within Bear, who is an incel, because he ain't getting with, honestly, incels are a spectrum ranging from passive to violent. Yeah, no, the reason why I'm like describing it the way I am is Bear is presented with an opportunity to commit an act of violence against Nikki and not get persecuted for it. Because if he did that to Nikki without the wish, he'd be in fucking jail. He'd, like, his friends would ostracize him. He would be branded as like a sex pesty weirdo creep. Meanwhile, when presented without consequence, the ability to hurt Nikki. Someone was spamming the heart emoji. Wait, just got back. We talk about my friend whiny bitch Rogers, the boy who wanted a girl so bad but never even talked to one. Yes, who wanted a girl so bad he never even talked to one. Because incels and incel horror is, while fairly new, it is covering a real world form of horror that a lot of women deal with. Like, violence against women in media has been like, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of horror history, is for like a good long while there's like the Madonna horror complex that is like baked into like movies, where like you rarely see horror that like depicts women without that element, because I think like killing off sexually promiscuous women, well, Survivor, because not every woman is like that. Some are more sexually liberated than others, and that is fine. The fact that that trope even exists, or like that like doesn't have, like, is not really depicted having sex, is depicted as the beloved final girl. Now we're seeing a lot. It's more of the fact that men can be monsters, and we should be talking about it like that. Hang on, I'm getting notifs. Ads. Go look at that later. Renaissance and horror, like this bite back, because a lot of horror has been like stagnant too. There's nothing wrong with like seeing beloved horror icons in media. However, too much of a good thing is ultimately not good. So I am very happy that movies like Obsession, Backrooms, Iron Lung are now a more of a thing. It's something fresh, it's something new, it's something people can relate to. It's something people actually can be scared of, because even though there's no such thing as a one wish willow, a lot of the circumstances around obsession can actually happen. He is a rapist. He is a rapist. What do you mean? What do you mean?
That this would work, and in fact he's concerned for Nikki when she does change. To me, at least, it totally seems like a fanfic or whatever that he thinks would have no way of actually coming true. I'm not saying Bear is a blameless innocent victim, okay? But I think some of you are a little too quick.
Die. Die. I'd say analog horror and digital horror paved the way for these horror films. You know what? Yeah. I do, because there has been like analog. I'm talking about the OG Blair Witch. We're not acknowledging the other Blair Witch movies. And it's like referred to as found footage horror. And it's Hollywood doesn't understand a lot of the horror that comes with things like Marble Hornets. There is an infamous adaptation called Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story. And it is not more Marble Hornets. It is not at all. They just slapped it on there because, I don't know, marketing. Hollywood created that isn't, big difference. Do you think Ian should also be blamed, as I'd argue he did is still a catalyst? I believe Ian is criticizable, but ultimately because, and the thing with guys like Bear is they look harmless. They wouldn't look like they hurt a fly. They don't look like real dangers to people. Who Nikki as a person is, to the point he's like, oh yeah, be aggressive. Women like that shit. While talking out of his ass. Like, when it comes to people like Ian's the type of guy who takes like satisfaction in knowing that, oh, this guy really liked this girl for the longest time. Well, I slept with her. Here's my sloppy seconds. I slept with that girl you really like. It's like some perverse I win, you lose. Not say it. Guys in chat who are trying to get with a woman, be yourself. Kicking. Don't be a Bear and don't be an Ian, because neither one know what the fuck they're doing. Idea of Nikki. Because one thing I will say about Obsession that does really well is we get to see a glimpse of Nikki, who's a creative, who is very sweet, from both Bear and Ian, is really presented to us. Because without the lens of Bear, you get to see Nikki as a human being. A overly feminized idea of her. Because the Wish is just translating what Bear wants. And what Bear wants is Nikki. Not the real Nikki. The idea of her. And it's something like I noticed. It gets filtered through hyperfeminization. And to a lot of men, I'm not saying it's all men, I'm saying a lot of men, they view women as dainty, sweet, docile butterflies or dolls. And they're not. That's just me.
Seems like some of you want him to be a horrible, incel, intentionally malicious guy. I think that he leans more toward the bad in a lot of ways. Fully the antagonist, though? I don't think I would say fully, because the key thing is he didn't know that the wish was going to work. Sure, his desires were incredibly selfish, totally, 100%, but he didn't know the wish was going to work. And you have to assume that this guy was in close talks with the writer-director of the movie the whole time, so basically both of them...
No. That's not what the actor said. Verse, I was born a girl. So I can kind of talk from that perspective. Because while I am non-binary, I have had experiences with this guy I grew up with, who would constantly call me his girlfriend. And we stopped being friends for a reason. And ever since middle school, this guy was like into me. I was born assigned female at birth, meaning I have all the hormones associated with being a woman. It's just my gender identity is I prefer to be non-binary, and no one would describe me like that. So I can wear dresses, I can also wear hoodies and long pants. Like, a lot of my non-binariness is like self-expression. So yeah. Also, intersex people are beautiful. I'm just putting that out there because a lot of people don't really understand intersexuality, like intersex people at all. And there's like this rich, like beautiful thing about them. But yeah. But I grew up with this guy in middle school, and for years he was like, "Oh, you're my girlfriend. You're my girlfriend." And I'm like, "No, dude. You're my best friend." And how I'm intersex, that's all. You're a beautiful motherfucker. Take the compliment. But it was like a few years back, and it was while I was dating this beautiful girl, right? We're no longer together. So it tells you how long it's been. And when I tell him I have a girlfriend, he deflated. He's like, "You have a girlfriend?" And he was talking to his dad about it. And his dad turns right the fuck around to him and said, You can make her straight." And this was before I came out as non-binary. "You can make her straight." And I didn't learn about this until like later. But my mom was telling me this, and she's like, "No, What you're describing is rape. You are not gonna rape my daughter. Fuck you. And we never, like, got back in contact with that family again. I don't have him blocked, but I don't talk to him anymore. Because when I found out, I'm like, no. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't like it when, like, even though, like, we never quite knew what he was thinking, the fact that his dad even said it and, like, was giving him ideas is sickening. It's sickening. But, like, to kind of translate this for, like, the guys in chat who really don't get it, like, points at my screen. You, the single guys who are trying to get with someone that you really, really like. Just be honest. Just be honest. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. You can just be friends. If it doesn't work out and you guys don't end up talking, that's also fine. If it does work out, that's also good for you. You're like, the person you like will value honesty above performance. Because what Bear was trying to do the whole time was performance. Because he had this idea of love and relationships in his head that doesn't meet reality. It's the shit you'd find in movies. And people will thank you for being honest. That's why in the beginning, is just like, heard that before, was dating a girl before, but their dad still saw them as like a dude, so they were weird with me being with them, and then when they had a GF, it was a switch up. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Mason's Aussie. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, had to brush my teeth and go. It's 4:50 in the morning. Please don't neglect yourself. I'm just checking. Okay, one second back.
Them are saying that Bear is meant to be ambiguous, and you all are just over here like, nyah. Like, are you all equally upset about the Disney Channel original movie Zapped or 16 Wishes? Because fundamentally, these are all the same movie. Like, remember Descendants 1, Mal cast a spell that made Ben fall in love with her? Where's all the Reddit threads about that? I don't see.
Okay, I'm going to explain why what Mel did in Descendants, because I was there when the movie came out. I was watching it with one of my sisters. It is not portrayed as a good thing. It is portrayed as a bad thing. Not only does she have remorse for what she did, to the point she was wanting to undo it by making, like, a reversal potion, because it was baked into, like, a baked good, right? So she bakes the reversal thing in there, which is where the thing is, right? But at the end of the movie, when she's doing this, it never worked to begin with, from what I remember. it never worked to begin with because he was already in love with her. Zapped is a body switch movie, kind of like Freaky Friday, where some kids get zapped, they all switch bodies, right? Or it's like hypno stuff. But there's always this element of the main character. Hello, Yennefer. Yes, a lot of us are queers. Points at you. Welcome, Yen. We're talking about Obsession the movie while I draw Old Man Yahweh. I'm sure, unless I'm in a room with Gray. It reminds me of like the thing I was giggling at is like it popped in my head when you said that, Maha. And it's the phrase, I'm straight. I'm straight like a noodle. Until you get me hot and wet. Draw Jack X straight again. I will! You know what? I'm gonna. Where. I need to. Where's my sticky note thing? Note. Don't do that. For next stream. Draw. SDJ. X. Raid. Art. There, I have it written down. Did you know Gadabob used to follow the. Really? That's cool. But while I do have like my notepad open, does anyone else have any like fictional yaoi people want me to work on stream while we talk about stuff? Because I've been thinking of like turning my variety topic streams into art streams, since it allows us to talk about more than one thing. And wait, no, I didn't mean to hide that. I used to stalk her followings. I should have asked her about it. One day. Maybe. You know what Gatto should do? Gatto should like have like one fan have like a straw page, and then it get filtered out. That way she still gets like questions that she can choose whether or not to answer. But it's just an idea. I don't think it'll ever. Oh yeah, I never got around to making that. It was gonna be like goofy little art of just you and Strayed, like talking about like different ways to torture. Meanwhile, me and Ren are just like, so did you watch that like one episode of Dragon Ball? You know, just like referencing anime. I don't know, man. She gets too anxious talking to anybody now. Her live streams are all muted. Damn. But Alex Myers like trying to compare Obsession to Disney Channel movies that were specifically made to go, yeah, wanting to control another person is bad. Here's a character regretting that decision and working on reversing it. That way, the person that they're doing that to can be free. But oh, it turns out they really, really like the main character. me and Stray won't get along realistically, despite us having the same mannerisms and such. I'm gonna be honest, Maha. It would be like one of those like joke things. I would need to find it again, but someone like reposted an image of Gato like answering a question. Old man Yao equals Yen Yuri. And by Yen Yuri, I mean cute little art of Yen kissing her beautifully souled partner. That is Yen Yuri. But the comparison of Disney Channel original movies to Obsession is like comparing a brisket sandwich to a bacon cheeseburger. Like, it's fundamentally different. Yaoi and Yuri. Yeah, Yaoi and Yuri. Yup. Hans will have to watch out for my hands before I land a conversation with him. For those in chat who don't know, and this is like a decanonized fact about Strayed, is that Strayed's real name is Hans Strudelman Kiepelstein, I think, if I'm pronouncing it right. It was like a German name. It's no longer canon, but it's funny. Your background audio is off for my evil ass. Yes. His last name was Strudelman. Grab a camera. Now you can fight people. Entertain me. I am hopefully entertaining as I tell Alex Myers repeatedly to die because his video is awful and we are only 16 minutes and 2 seconds in.
2-hour video essays. I made a video years ago about the show WandaVision, and everyone got so mad at me when I said it's crazy that we're supposed to be so understanding about how Wanda enslaves an entire town and uses magic to force her husband to stay with her and have kids with her. Isn't that interesting? I found this comment in a Reddit thread that puts...
Okay. WandaVision is different because while Wanda was doing is like always depicted as bad, you don't always have to like empathize with the main character when they're doing bad things. Like like Wanda did what she did out of grief. She eventually sets the town free. What she did is not okay. She's even the villain in a movie where she fucking kills herself. Yeah, spoiler alert. Wanda Maximoff fucking kills herself. Because she lost her partner, she lost her brother, she lost the kids that never fucking existed. She enslaved an entire town. Like, she's depicted explicitly as a villain. And it is something important to note because what she did is, in fact, bad. Very bad. You're not supposed to empathize with her. God damn it. I put that on the wrong fucking layer. Okay. She is the bad guy. You are trying to justify Bear's fucking... There's so many out to pick from. Like, there is... Like, what... Okay. Bear isn't, like, this, but I need to point this out. There is something called the unreliable narrator, where the protagonist of your story... Please note, your story isn't the good guy. What you're describing is a hero. Heroes have to be good because they are heroes. From this perspective, here, upwards, go. Like, so glad I didn't. I was almost typing my chat. Good thing I didn't hit enter. Oh no, like, if like part of your script accidentally got leaked in the chat, I don't have chat replay, like live chat on my screen because it's really hard for me to do unless I'm on the just chatting screen. But it's really easy to delete it if I can, like, if in case it just gets out there. But back to what I was saying. But like, there is a book called Lolita by Viktor Novikov. It gets so, like, people misread that so much. People genuinely think it's a love story. Like, a lot of people, when it's not. It's a book about disgusting child predator, like a disgusting child predator who hurts somebody. And in their retelling, they try to justify themselves and what that character would do is they would, hang on, the transform tool is giving me hell, but what that character would do instead is they would try to omit details from the narrative to go, see, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. Meanwhile, they let like certain details slip. Where like, yeah, I am the bad guy. But like unintentionally because they want the narrative. They want the audience sympathy. Kind of like Bear in this case. You know, fuck it. It's not gonna be the same rose, basically, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Bear, it's kind of like that with Bear, where people are meant to like initially see themselves as Bear. However, he's clearly the villain. Like, if you're to apply hero villain aspects while Bear is the protagonist, he's the villain of the story. Nikki is the victim. There technically is no hero. Because stories like Nikki and Bear's, I'm drawing as well, so this is like a shared drawing sesh. Exactly! Everyone can chill, hang out as I like talk about this video.
So perfectly. So I'm just gonna read part of it. But remember, this sub attracts the most obsessed fans of the movie. They flex about watching it at the theater like 10 times already. They make several posts.
That's because it's a well-made film. We're gonna actually pull up, stray jump scare. Obsession, Bear, actor, interview. Yeah, right here.
This is
I'm going to list off a few numbers real quick. 17.2 million. 23.
I can't find it. Here.
Originally in the script, this is it, and he does the thing, and that's it. And then Nikki makes the wish and chicken out.
yes.
I told him, hey, one more, and they were like, no, we're done. We're Curry was like, bro, we got it. And I was just like, no, I know, but please. Oh. Go, and I'm like, I have this idea. And I told them, and they were like, okay, let's go. And we did it. And also, like, every other take of this, like, it was awful. So the gag, there's a gag, that's real.
No shit.
Like, I was gagging from
Yeah. The death of Bear wasn't initially in the script. Pretty sure Curry Barker as well elaborated that ignore the fact that Bear is a villain. Like, that iconic scene of Bear trying to chicken the fuck out of killing himself. It's more in line with
swallowing 20 pills. Like, I can't even swallow one pill normally. So I was really locked in. Originally in the script.
Yeah, it wasn't in the script. Villain. Why would you depict the villain? Like, why would you depict the hero chickening out of ending their own? Free someone. I gotta go to bed. Night gray. Michael Johnston, the actor for Bear, as well as Curry Barker, the director of the movie, have both clarified that Bear is the villain. That Bear is not someone to be rooted for. That Bear is this cowardly who hurt someone and should not get sympathy. Like, you had people actively booing in the theater when, and this is something like he's depicted, like Bear's depicted doing, is the second that Bear goes to try and throw up, he's trying to, because Bear knows by the time he does it that if he ends himself, if he deletes himself, Nikki, his wish will be undone. It is something established in the movie that if Bear, so because he wanted to be with Nikki, he tries to throw up the pills. Because he doesn't.
Posts a day about it. They make crazy overanalysis and theories that have no ground in the reality of the film, etc. It's not just a movie for them. They're incredibly emotionally invested and attached to an unhealthy degree. It's almost cultish at this point. And people who are chronically online or addicted to a piece of media aren't the most emotionally stable or media literate to begin with. So a lot of it comes from an emotional standpoint. Hence the
Cite your source. It's important that you cite your source. Because a lot of the... And this was like, a lot of the interviews that are out there confirming that Bear is a villain would have been out at the time this video was.
refusal to engage with the material in good faith and just making it say what they want the movie to say in an over-the-top, sanctimonious, dogmatic way. It's like
this movie to Encanto ever. Something you'll see in the movie, there's a reason I'm pausing it, is Bear is asleep. Or it's too dark for Bear to like properly see. The wish kicks back in when he sees her. When he properly sees her. And there's this moment where, and it's dark, where Nikki's in the corner staring at him and sobbing. That thing with the face. She's purposely hiding herself to capitulate to him. Wow. I kind of want to know how that just flies over your head, Alex. Okay, now it's trying to work. A little bit horizontal. There. Encanto. The difference between Encanto and Obsession is that Encanto is dealing with family trauma and toxic family dynamics. Meanwhile, Obsession is about a guy who is never, ever wanting to let go of her. Not wanting to let go of that wish. Because he ended up hurting her. And instead of taking accountability for hurting Nikki, he lives this fantasy, this dream that he's always wanted with Nikki. Holy smokes, I'm dealing with a lot of buffering. Sadly, I'll have to go to bed. Sorry, Maho. No, that's fine. VODs are like auto-saved on YouTube. So you can just resume from where it ends. Have a good day, anyone. Stay safe, Maho. Mwah. Mwah. Have a good eat.
She walks around like this. She cooks up his dead cat and feeds it to him. She waits for him to come home so long that she pees herself.
Yeah. And
He gets more.
look at how she moves.
Waits for him to.
Yeah. She does this backwards walk. When the wish
To come home so long that she pees herself.
yeah, because the specific wording of the wish.
And what I come to find out is that the real Nick.
Because the wish is like taking what Bear said and giving it right to him. I wish for Nikki to love me more than anything else in the fucking world. And that doesn't mean just, oh, I wish Nikki loves me. It's, I wish Nikki loves me more than anything in the fucking world. And the wish going to be like the exact thing he was intending for? Not really. But here's the thing, grant it.
Nikki is trapped inside of this demon Nikki. And every so often she gets to come out for just like a brief second. Which is why Nikki seems to be acting the way she does. It's like the more the real Nikki tries to break free, the more the demon has to overcorrect.
There is no demon. Curry Barker, the movie. Because why would there be? It's a movie about someone's autonomy being ripped away. So there is no demon. She's screaming, "It's not me." She's actively fighting the wish for control of her own body. She's fighting it because, like, she's stuck within herself. So of course she's gonna scream, "It's not me, it's not me, it's not me." Because it's not her. It's this wish. So Alex's earlier statement of everything that happens in the movie would have happened either way, whether or not Bear made the wish. Because Nikki's Latina, like, I don't know concretely, like, and I don't like assuming, but it looks like Alex is a little racist towards Latinas.
Once Bear realizes that this happened because of the wish, he finds a phone number.
He's fighting the wish to the point she busts a bottle and hurts herself. She's trying to get help because Bear won't fucking help her.
Realizes that this happened because of the wish. He finds a phone number on the back of the box and he calls it to try and get his wish changed.
Is her love real?
Just because you chose this for her doesn't make it less real.
Okay, then I would like to cancel.
We don't really do that.
What?
Yeah. Alex, like, cuts a part of this, but Bear initially calls to alter the wish because it's getting too intense for him. And he's not comfortable now. The guy on the other end of that phone is like, we don't, you can't do that. So Bear's like, I would like to cancel my wish. Well, we can't do that either. A sprinkle of racism. Bear, when he's getting uncomfortable, he wants his cake and eat it too, essentially. He still wants the wish. He just wants it toned down. He's not asking to cancel the wish outright. Because Nikki's hurting herself. Like, it's getting to the point when she's fighting this wish that she's causing physical bodily harm to herself. She's trying to end her own life because she's in this perpetual state of pain. She's essentially, I keep saying she's a prisoner in her own body. She is. But she can still feel everything. So everything Bear is doing to her, she can feel it. She can't fight him, though. Because her body is actively refusing to as a consequence of the wish.
I love how chill the wizards are in this movie. Like, this dude's like, yeah, so your girlfriend's
The-
soul is
the
like
what?
trapped here or whatever. And
What?
I love how chill the wizards are in this.
They're not wizards! Modeler, Ian. This movie copied Shrek, by the way. Yeah, are you referring to the, Alex Meyer edit where, he edits Bear's dialogue that instead of saying, like, fucking, he says shrekken? He's getting embarrassed by her. Yeah, he's getting embarrassed by her. And the customer service representative is saying, answering, is this actually Nikki? Is this actually real? The customer service person says, just because you chose this for her doesn't make it any less real. That's telling me. Oh, are you talking about that, like, the second Shrek movie? Like the love potions and shit? When the gingerbread man... Oh, that's not a movie, that's a short. It was in, I think it was an anthology Shrek movie for around Halloween. Yeah, that one. I remember that one because I think it had gingerbread cannibalism. I mean, I don't think that's like the inspiration, but there's like stories like that out there. But I think the difference between that and Obsession is that the gingerbread man adds so, like, basically the gingerbread girl who's like obsessed with the gingerbread man is like baked, custom baked for him. Obsession, uh, there, Nikki's already a person. Bear didn't make her. Bear wished for a specific. Nope, that's my headcanon. Okay, fair enough. I kind of see it. Obsession, but gingerbread. But what Alex Myers isn't getting is that the customer service representatives are not like wizards. I don't know where he got the wizard shit from. It's a company that makes the One Wish Willow. So what Bear's actually talking to is not a wizard. It's a customer service representative. And when it comes to customer service, you could hear how tired like the guy is. But I do think that the One Wish Willow is just like, and like Nikki alludes to it in like this mortifying retelling, like incestuous, grisly retelling of Hansel and Gretel, like sibling love turned rancid. Because in some dialogue in the movie, it like Ian says, "Oh, her brother," and I would have to look it up, but at love that can only come from the branch of a willow tree, which is referencing the one wish willow directly. The wish for Nikki. You did this to Nikki. Here's the reality of it. It's kind of like the internal dialogue of Nikki being echoed through Wish Nikki.
This movie, like this dude's like, yeah, so your girlfriend's soul is like trapped here or whatever. Anyway, I gotta go reheat my nachos, bro. Glaucoma or something.
Fuck you. Consented to being in a relationship with Bear. She didn't. So, yeah. She didn't consent. Therefore, not his girlfriend. Fuck you.
Talk to her. You want to talk to her? Who is that? Nikki.
Now, just to be clear, I'm not.
Yeah. Would you like to hear her? And then it's followed up by Nikki screaming. Because that's actually Nikki. In that moment. During the wish. She's screaming. She wants it to end. She even... Because this video is almost done. But... And I want to point this out. Nikki wants out. Nikki wants to be free of the wish. Begging for death. That is how miserable and tortured and hurt she's being. She wants the pain to end.
Okay, because at this point in the movie, he knows, to be fair, what is he supposed to do? Because if he breaks up with her, she's gonna hunt him down. And the only other choice, as we learn, is that the spell will break if he dies.
What the hell? What can I do then? When you die, the wish will go away. You sure there's nothing else I can do?
Speak very briefly while the demon Nikki is asleep.
You are you, Nikki.
Please don't wake her up. Just kill me.
Now,
Just kill me.
Just kill me. She is begging to die while she can communicate to him. Bear. And it's this thing with REM sleep. I think it's REM sleep, where your mind just doesn't well and it gives Nikki the opportunity of trying to communicate with Bear, trying to get Bear to really be like communicative. I'm gonna have to look up the rose.
See, and then what? He goes to prison for life? Obviously, he doesn't want.
Why is prison a consequence to you? If he goes to jail for doing the right thing, he should take solace in the fact that he ended Nikki's pain. Like he wasn't gonna go to jail anyway? Because if... Is it just me? I keep hearing the stream is buffering. Hang on. I'm gonna check on my phone. Probably. I see the KBS on this, like, dipping. It is. By the way, hi Francis. I am so sorry. I wish I knew how to fix it. Phone. So I'm gonna see if it buffers when I continue. But I think it's because green to red to yellow and then back to green. Like it fluctuates a lot. I'm sorry guys, I wish I knew how to fix it. What if I just closed this? What if I closed one of it? Okay. Tell me if that fixes anything.
Want to do that. Also, it's well established in this movie that he's like a low self-esteem, probably depressed loser guy. So, like, of course, he's not going to suddenly do this completely out of character thing.
I don't have 80 million tabs open now. Cause, apparently what I did didn't work. It's now dipping back into the red. But is it buffering less now? Hopefully it is. No, it just dips back to red.
Thing. Now, that being said, his reaction to this is very telling, though.
What would be so bad? What's so bad about being with me?
Okay, fair. See, I was trying to be fair. Oh.
So, he says, what's so bad about being with me? He's not intending on breaking the wish.
The real Nick.
Maybe? Look at your studio or something. No. But after we're done with the Alex Meyer review, I'm going to hit the BRB. Wishes in, all that. We're almost done with this.
Nikki is trapped, but he still keeps going on like this.
He's talking in that moment. I'm a bit mad you have your quality too high. How much money? Also, what's quality? Yeah. Settings. That's my audio bit rate. Is it what KBPS stands for? Is that something I should turn down? Because it's at its default, actually. Should it be? Oh, look when you're done. And you know what I'm gonna do? I have screenshotted while this plays.
I'm obsessed with him. He wished that she would love him. So why isn't her love for him as selfless as you're claiming that his love for her should be? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you. The kind of love Bear is wanting from Nikki is not the love Nikki had for him. Nikki saw him as family. Her family. Okay, here.
The bad guy, or Bear is some like blameless victim or whatever. I'm just saying there's
That's what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to paint her out like she's the bad guy all along. How we should be empathizing with Bear because Bear's not actually. He's not that bad. He's just a lonely guy, guys. I'm seeing it.
many ways you could look at this move. Like maybe the wish didn't work at all. Maybe Bear's just that cool. You ever thought of that? But anyway, so the
Fuck you. Oh, that death and hurting herself and feeding Bear his dead cat and get the courage to say all the things he wanted to say to Nikki when the opportunity presented him.
realizes that there's no way out of this unless he dies. So he eats all the rest of his grandma's Flintstone vitamins, I assume, and dies in the arms of Nikki, who is finally freed from the spell.
Are we missing? We're missing a few steps there, Alex. We're missing a few steps. We're gonna look at the clip. We're gonna look at the clip. I'm gonna have to cut the audio for that later, but watch what happens. Ending scene, full clip. We're gonna mute this. But there's like an audio cue. This guy should stick to watching Thomas and Friends. He can't understand that pro tags can be awful people. He compares it to a Disney movie so much because that's his. Never mind, I'm done. Shouldn't be high. Let me check my settings. Thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna. Where is my OBS? Output. Hi. Okay. We're gonna see if that works. But the reason why I pull this up in the beginning, as well as a little like bell noise, that's the in-movie audio cue. Is that Nikki, the only living person that's left alone with a one-bush willow, is Nikki. So Nikki made a similar wish there, and this is the only time where he is shown loving her. The two of them actually like in love with each other. But noticeably, because you see the one wish a little broken. But she's like grieving. It's worse now. What do you mean it's worse? You should also do a speed test sometime. Oh wait, hang on.